Hello everyone, welcome back to Splinter Blacklist. This is the mission called the Abandoned Mill. I'm the Godfather Dictator, and the continuation of the run. Now, some of you might be wondering why the heck is there some mission that were done on live stream, and now this mission is obviously not done on live stream. It was pretty much going with how difficult a mission would be. And I remember trying this one a couple of times on stream, and well, when you're streaming, part of the stream obviously is interacting with the people and not just playing the game. And not to make up excuses, but a lot of time that's what would happen. I think I would fail because I would, prioritize checking the chat and not really putting all my attention, if you want, on the game. So this mission has a couple of hard part, and there's some that I did actually that I don't think I had to do, but I did them just for the purpose of the extra difficulty. There's only one part that I'm gonna accelerate because, I don't know if you guys remember when you get poisoned, I think by a radioactive material or something as part of the mission in here. And at some point, you're kind of in a sewer area, if I can say. I don't know if it's sewer area, but there's some dog there. There's 3 dogs patrolling that area. And back then, that was actually one of the part that I never managed to do ghosts. Because I told you that weird thing with dogs where sometimes you will throw a noise maker and it will invalidate the ghost and give you, instead, a panther style of evasion, which is really annoying. So there's a couple of really freaking annoying section in that specific mission. You also gotta be careful if there's glass on the ground, because you're gonna make more noise if you walk over it, obviously. So that's why I kind of did it off stream. But once again, I'm happy. I'm happy that I did that because it made me found a new route when you're actually infiltrating that part of the mill right here. And you're gonna see me using actually the window. Whether the first time I did it, I remember I went through the blue cover right there. I cut through there and I took an entirely different route. But I think in terms of consistency and safety, this one is definitely better. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go over the window here, and then you're gonna go into the next one. I have no idea, by the way, why I was in crouch in that position. It was just me standing up. No idea why. Because I felt like I was in crouch position before. Maybe I wasn't. No, maybe I misremember and I was not. So what you can do after is you can go over the top here using that pipe, and then that's going to give you access to the area. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised I didn't do that on my first run. I must have kind of been blind or not known that it was there. Here, almost get spotted, and then I just make a run for it, and once again I almost get spotted again. I think the strat works great. When I left was a problem. I kind of improvised there and just took a risk of getting in. So all I'm gonna say is that if someone would use that strat, take a look at the enemy pattern before you just take a wild guess on when to move. All right. So here I'm taking a look at the area where it is. That you see, that's another annoying part where the pattern will vary. And here I wanted to actually spot where that heavy was, and now what you're gonna see me do, no joke, is me trying to find other way to go around in this area, and it seems like you can. I even try to drop down, I don't know, maybe you can, and someone will tell me in the video, dude, you could go through there or something. I don't know, but as I was looking around, I didn't find another spot where I could, go around or shimmy my way around on the edge. So what you're gonna do here is simply you're gonna wait for the dialogue to finish. Right now, I know you can't hear the game sound is because I didn't set the audio properly on OBS when I did it, and I recorded, so there's just no sound on certain of the mission. It doesn't matter anyway because I knew I was gonna do like a commentary over it, but I would still have liked to have like the audio of the game, slightly lower in the background just for actually audio cue, because here I'm telling you guys let them finish the dialogue, but we cannot hear anything. After this, we're gonna wait that the heavy moves away, and I think I'm gonna use a sticky noise maker here, and then we're gonna make a move. I almost got caught here because I didn't know that he would move towards me, and then I end up not using a sticky noise maker after all, because, well, it seems that the pattern that they have makes them move in that direction after, and you're safe to go. And I think this is exactly how I did it back then, but like I didn't recheck all my walkthrough before doing this one, because I like having a little surprise when I replay those games later. Side note, by the way, I have no idea what they're doing with the Splinter Cell series. Okay, I'm not really like up to date with what's happening with those gaming company, but I wish, man, they would like revamp that series again. Bring back a new game of this, because unless I'm thinking about Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, that it was kind of mixed opinion about that game. To me, it was awesome, and I really liked the open world and stealth aspect of the game. I think it was a fucking great game, to be honest, like to each their own, I guess. But beside that, I mean, unless someone will remind me a game that I forgot about, this was one I feel of the last very good stealth game, if that makes sense. I mean, yes, there is Hitman, but it's very different. And even if Hitman, I think, is amazing, like the leaderboard in the game focus on something entirely different than what you would go for per stealth compared to this game here, And Hitman, they focus on you getting Silent Assassin and going as fast as possible, and it doesn't matter if you knock out like 30 people along the way, you're still going to get your placement on the leaderboard if you did a good run. Compared to here, you were actually getting affected by your score, depending if you were, taking down people stealthy, if you were going the Panther style, if you leave people undisturbed. I really love the aspect of that game where they were giving you like literally 3 different way and choice of playing the game. So I really hope at some point they launch back the series again. I'm sure a lot of people would enjoy it, and even more so for the people that missed on like the first part of it. For people that never played those first game. The other day, for some reason, I saw that I had in my old Xbox game, Pandora's Tomorrow, and I went to see the gameplay of that, and graphic looked terrible. I remember having a lot of fun with that game, but I have forgotten that there was a Splinter Cell called Pandora Tomorrow. I think I recall Chaos Theory, because to me that was like the most acclaimed one, if you want, that a lot of people really like Chaos Theory. But for Pandora Tomorrow, I totally forgot it even existed. So I think we're gonna get here to the part where we're poisoned. We have radioactive poisoning, and we're getting into that area of the sewer where there's gonna be 3 dog patrolling. And that part is so long because I never actually paid attention to the dog pattern, if you want. So I had no clue what was their patrol route, and I think I spent like a good bit of time in that area sitting on that pipe here and just looking at where the dog were moving. So obviously what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna speed up that section and continue on the next one, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to talk for 10 minutes about 3 dog going around. All right, so we'll pick up right after this. All right, guys. So I get you get a, you get a little idea on why I had to speed up that part. Like hell, it was even long to watch while it was fully speed up. Like I could not reduce it more than that. So at some point, I finally get out of my pipe. I mean, it's hard to think for real that Sam now has like radiation poisoning because of the fact that he could stay on that pipe for so long. Like he barely has the strength to go up that ladder. But hey, like let's stick on the pipe forever, you know. So it's funny, but now we're getting after this to another crappy section where you don't have to stealth it. Okay, I don't even know what happened if you get spotted before. I think you get 1 minus exploration, which is not the end of the world. Anyone could confirm here if you got spot right away, if it changes anything towards the mission. Myself, I went for the hardcore route, and what I did is I actually wait for the fucking pattern and their specific routing. Even though that's the same thing, guys. It's unreliable. There's like not 100% consistency here where they will always have the same pattern. So you will see me, for example, be behind that pillar for quite a bit because you have to wait for them to trigger their specific conversation. And the randomness actually from this is more, we'll say, at the beginning when you first reach that area. You're gonna see what I mean is that these guys, they have a dialogue. Like you have to wait for, there's 3 around from what I've seen. Asmat, there's one like further in once you reach the last part of it, I think, which is where SADIQ is. So these 2 guys will meet up. They will have like a conversation, and then there's one that's gonna go like on back there. You know, he has like a pattern route far back of this area, while the other one is gonna come back to the left side of the room here in his lab. Once this happens, you just have to make sure that you know where the third one is. The third one is in the room on the right there, and if you see, for example, that he's looking at the wall on the opposite direction from where you need to go, well, that's your cue to start moving. And then after, once you reach that area, it's mostly to keep track of the last one, because this is only this one there that can spot you, the one that is walking away right now. So when you know he's moving, you're safe to go, and then you're going to reach that next area, which gives you the exploration. But beside for that, unless I'm missing something, you see, I haven't seen anything that points out to undisturbed, hostile, or anything like this. So I personally think, beside the exploration, that if you get spotted before, it doesn't void anything. Now, these are... It's funny because I've said that this game has a lot of great stealth section, and that's true, it's right. But these are some of the section that I kind of despise in that game, because they force you to knock the enemy. And yes, it can be done stealthy, but what I mean is it cannot be done undisturbed. And the undisturbed to me would be the equivalent of the no trace in Metal Gear, if that makes sense. And I wish these sections could all be done, without disturbing the enemy. Like by doing, we'll say, maybe various distractions so that Briggs could move on stealthy, but there's not too much of these sections in the game, so it's not like I can complain a lot about it, but I still wish that there were less, because another one is like in the transit yard, and that's actually one of the missions I was mentioning before that I didn't know you could fully ghost, and this time in this run I'm fully ghosting it, but I still don't like the mechanic behind it. And like I'm gonna explain them, of course, when I reach that mission. Here I have no idea why I closed the door. So then you get to the last part, and I think there's just 3 of those guys, and then this is the end. But if you've used your taser before, your ammo, you will have no choice on the majority of these guys to like CQC. So that's what I'm going to do on this one here because I'm closer. But then the last one will be the tricky one to reach. And it always depends on how he moves And in that case, I think I move in his direction, and then he decided to move forward, if I recall. And then that's when I think I'm dropping from my pipe, because there's no way I'm gonna make my way over there on the pipe. And then even if it would have triggered there, it doesn't change anything when it's the last guy. If it tells you have the stealth knockout, you're good. As long as it's not combat knockout or anything like this, you're good to go. So that's it. That's the end of the mission. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, and I will catch you up on the next one. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.